Welcome back to Beam Review. For today's video, we're going to be going over how exactly to customize this BMW home screen. So for today's video, we're going to be using a vehicle that has iDrive 8.5, but it is very similar to iDrive 9. And there are so many different ways that you can customize this BMW home screen, but a lot of people do not know how to go about this. There's also a hidden tab right here that shows a few different icons, so we're going to be going over all that stuff. So here on the left side, we have a widget box. And for the most part, this is going to be the default widget that a lot of BMWs are just going to be factory set up with. But you can swipe this down to go to some other different widgets. Both of these look pretty much the same, but you'll see that on the bottom here, this one actually has a destination input. So you can quickly choose from your favorites or search for a destination. The one that we have here was one where you can connect your phone. If I had to choose between these two, I personally like this one a little bit better because you can quickly just enter your destination that you want to go to, especially if you're using the BMW maps. Also, another thing to mention with these widgets is we're going to be swiping up and down, but keep in mind that whenever you see a white line right down here, if you swipe to the left, it can actually give you some more options for that widget as well. So keep that in mind if you see this little white line on these widgets that we have. If I keep swiping down, we're going to see a compass. If you're using the BMW map in combination with this compass, you're going to actually see your route guidance or your turns along the way. This one, I can also swipe around. It gives me some traffic information. Swipe over again. We get some more details such as the latitude and then the longitude. This one just brings up a mini map. This one might be cool for some people who may want to focus their map just simply being this small square and then use this for something else. But if I keep going down, this is a live vehicle view. So with this, it'll let you know if there's anything that needs to be done for the car. You can see right here that I'm actually low on fuel. So it's giving me a notification right here that I'm low on fuel. This one is for tire pressure. This is for your oil. And this is just for overall vehicle service. Keep going over, you're gonna see this really interesting menu. This is more for like an off-road view. Basically show you the degree of tilt that your vehicle is going on. So this is great if you're somebody who likes to take their vehicle off-roading. I believe most BMWs do not do that. And then if I go over to the left, this one was one of my favorites for the longest times. This one actually shows your trip computer, your MPGs, but you can also switch this out. If you actually click on values since factory, you can actually set this up so that it's set for refuel, or this car is a hybrid, so you can set it up for a charge. But if you go back, you can see that now the vehicle will update this based off whenever I last refuel the car. Also, really cool thing to mention is we are currently in sport mode. There is a reason for that, and that is because if I go over here to the left, this will actually show your horsepower and your torque, which a lot of people don't know about this, but it's really cool. If I go back into my comfort mode or hybrid mode for this car, it will simply show me a more basic view, letting me know my trip computer. And then if we keep going down, we're gonna see this option here where you can add a widget. Now there are a few different widgets that you can add for iDrive 8.5. If I click on this plus, you're gonna see all these located here. So you can have one to just show your clock. You can have one to show your destination input, your weather. Clock 2, I'll actually show you what that is, but it's probably one of the least used widgets of all time. Drive recorder, so you can quickly record your drive or record something that you may have seen on the road. Telephone and media is also going to be ones that you can set up. If you see one here that you like and you want to set that up, click and hold it and then just drag it right there and then go ahead and press confirm, and then you're going to see that widget populate here now. And again, this clock 2 widget is a widget that not many people use, but you can see that right here is letting me know that it is 20 past 4. So feel free to customize that. Keep in mind that if you see a widget you like, try clicking and holding it. That will bring up a couple more options here. You can add a widget below here. You can delete the page altogether, and then you can sort these however you like as well. So this is, again, all iDrive 8, iDrive 9 may be a little bit different. And then there's also another widget that is not showing here because my driver ID is not connected right now, but there is one that will show the weather and then the time. That one personally is my favorite one because at all times I know what exactly the weather is, and I can quickly see the time in a nice bold fashion. Also, before we get to the next one, BMWs are only coming out with one physical key fob now, If you don't already have a BMW compatible key fob cover, we do have links for these right down below. We've sold over 600 of these, and these keys are not cheap. They're almost $900. So make sure you do yourself a favor, protect your BMW key fob. This thing will get scratched up really easily if you don't. The links for those are right down below. So make sure you check that out at the end of the video. Now, over here on the right side, for, again, iDrive 8.5, you can customize this a lot more compared to iDrive 9. This part, so many people do not know, but the way you customize this section of the screen, which is called the stage, is going to be through this hidden white line here. You can either swipe to the left at the end of the screen to bring that up, or you can just simply click on this little white line to bring up additional widgets, which can populate this portion of the screen here. Our first one is the default, which is going to be seen everywhere, and that is the navigation. But you can click on live vehicle, and then now you can see your car and what exactly it is doing. If I have my car shown right there, and then if I turn on my left turn signal stick, you'll see the light move like so. Even if I turn my steering wheel, you'll actually see the wheel on there move way over there to the right. Even if I open up the door, it'll show that the door just opened as well. I personally probably would not use this a whole lot. And then if I click on this white line again, we're going to see some more options. Media is also a really good one. This one is also one of my favorites. But you can have your media show right there. You can have your map show right there or right there. So 3 different pieces that you can customize. So you can pick out your best 3 and just have them show all around the screen. And then one of the last ones is if I keep going in here, we're going to see the weather. This one, again, the weather, you could actually have a widget for that here. So for me, there's no real point to have the weather shown here. This screen does kind of change the animation a bit depending on what the weather is like, which is really interesting. It also shows your rain precipitation right here as well. For the most part, I like to keep this on media. We'll keep it on navigation for right now, but that is how you can customize that side of the screen. And then another huge one that you can customize, and if you don't know about this one, you're definitely missing out because you're wasting a lot of time by not using this. That is going to be the shortcuts menu right here. There is a white line. You can drag this down from whichever screen you are on, but you're going to see some shortcut keys right here. So if you're somebody who's like me, who just likes to use the head-up display once in a while, you can quickly deactivate it by pushing on this button right there, or you can reactivate it like so. You can quickly activate Do Not Disturb if you wanted to. You can hide your private information. You can see your notifications, but the shortcut menu is not showing right now because my driver ID is not connected to this brand new car. But shortcuts will populate right here. You're gonna have 8 different boxes that show here, and then you can pre-program them to be almost any different setting or any different radio station within the car. So say for example, if you were to go into radio and then you had a favorite station, not only can you save it as a preset through this button right here, which is a different way to save cuts, but if you click and hold something here, you're gonna see the option right here to see add to save to shortcut or add to shortcut. Once you do that, you're gonna see that radio station populate in this drop-down menu, and then you can quickly access your favorite radio station. Keep in mind this also works for settings too. So if you had any specific setting that you wanted to quickly get to, you can just quickly give it a hold, add it to a shortcut, and then it'll populate in these 8 here. Also, while we are on this settings screens, a little bit off topic here, but if you wanted to customize this settings menu here, because it can be a lot going on, you can categorize them here on the left to just show your infotainment apps or your vehicle settings right here. But if you had it set to all apps, if you wanted to reorganize this based off whatever you use the most, you can just click and hold, and then you can also drag it up to the top, just like you would an iPhone or an Android. So that is another way that you can customize your settings menu here. Also, to touch up on a couple other useful things, if you did have the navigation set up to be on your home screen, you can actually click on this little compass right here, and then what that will do is change the orientation for this arrow. So by default, I believe it's going to be set to something like this, where the arrow will be going in all different directions, and then it's really kind of hard to pinpoint where exactly to turn. But if you switch this to this bird's eye view, where it's direction of travel, the arrow is going to stay right here in the middle, and then the map is going to move. So for me, this way is the more convenient way to kind of get around places and use the BMW map, is just having that bird's eye view. Not only that, the arrow will stay still, face forward at all times. So it's easier to take that next turn. Also, you can customize this home button right here. So if you haven't already, you can actually go into your map and then search for your home address, which is, if you click on this little arrow here, you're gonna see your home right here. If you don't already have that set up, you can actually click on that and then you can set up your home address so that whenever you're on your home screen, what you could do is just click on this home button right here and you can quickly use your BMW map to navigate home. So ladies and gentlemen, that is how you can customize the BMW home screen on an iDrive 8.5. Keep in mind for iDrive 9, it is also very, very similar. You're not missing out on a whole lot, but definitely take advantage of this. So many people just keep their screens on the default mode, which just kind of looks like this. It's not the best in my opinion. It's always great to just kind of customize things that are best acquainted to the way you drive, or show the widgets that are most useful to you. So definitely take advantage of that. Thank you all for watching. If you all had any questions, feel free to comment right down below. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.